A church visitor starts cussing during the Sunday morning sermon, and here is how the preacher reacts. Check this out.
It's really one story. Lost, found, come on, party. Religious leaders are going, we ain't lost. We ain't lost. We ain't found. Absolutely love it. All right, so.
So the guy just yells out that one cuss word. In agreement with the sermon, by the way, not mad at the preacher. Notice how he responds. There's a moment of shock.
Absolutely love it. All right, so, hey, Anthony, I love you. All right, I'm going to say this. Anthony, look at me. I'm going to need you to stop cussing, all right? Can you stop shouting out cuss words? Is that all right? Hey, y'all hold him accountable next to him, okay? Hey, Anthony, can you do me a favor, brother? Thank you, man. You got him? Really? Okay. Come on, man. Are you homeless?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Come on. Come on. Well, let me.
So I don't know how well you can hear that. If you can't hear that very well, basically the guy yells out a cuss word in agreement with the preacher, in agreement with the sermon, and he tells him, hey, I love his response in the beginning, and I'll talk more about his response in a second. You can't be cussing during the sermon. Just please don't do that. And he's going to explain a little bit more why. But then the man says, hey, the person who brought me here today saved my life. I was going to end it. And the person who brought me here saved my life. And notice the reaction.
Well, let me say, Anthony, I appreciate that. And tell me, gentlemen, brother, what's your name right here next to you? Michael, did you pick up Anthony? Come on. Yeah.
There are a lot of applause breaks. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Crowds yelling out, "We love you, Anthony," the homeless man.
So let's do something different. Yeah, that's it. And I think
one of the members says, "The one that was lost, the one that was lost."
There's a Michael, right? Well, I want to take a moment because this is the tension, okay? Because I'm like, I mean, you know, you got profanity. But watch this. And here I am like, hey man, and obviously we got, and Anthony, if it was just one-on-one, I wouldn't have corrected you, okay? All right? Now, you understand what I'm saying in regards to profanity, but watch this. But what, one-on-one, I wouldn't have done it. But the young ears in the room, so there's a little bit of that sensitivity, but watch this. But there is in this moment where you go, when somebody hears your story, that you were on the street and you got picked up by Michael, and there's a moment. Yeah. There's a moment where it puts it in context.
If you don't realize what the members are doing right now, they just start bringing money to the front. There's this man who's never been there before. He gets picked up by a member, and that guy's going to share the story in a second. And then they just, he cusses during the sermon. And then he says, the man who brought here saved my life. I was going to end it. And then they just start bringing money for him to the front. That's what they're doing. There's multiple members that come up, and they just start bringing cash. And I love what the preacher said as well. I fully agree with this. And I get it. Some people might have limits and stuff like that, and they might struggle with it more, and so they can't do it. But me personally, I don't correct people when they cuss in front of me. I don't do it. I don't tell people, hey, stop cussing, I'm a Christian, or stop cussing, I'm a preacher. I don't do that. If I talk to someone and they're cussing up a storm, I don't say a single thing. What am I going to expect out of them? Oh, I don't get it. And is that even the priority for me at all? It's not. I don't react that way when people cuss either. But yeah, cussing in a public place, like in a church service where there's little kids and stuff, it's a totally different ballgame. But I love how someone cusses during the sermon and he doesn't just go, oh, how dare you do anything sinful, do anything incorrect, be anything incorrect in this church building. I love how there's no pearl clutching. You go, oh, falls over, he's fainting, can't believe it. No, this is real life. These are real people. And so next what he's going to do is he's going to have the young man who picked him up and brought him to church that day, he's going to have him come and talk.
Close by the Waterbury, when I tried to loop back around, I saw Tony laying down by, the outside of it. And I had the food already, so I gave him some of the food there, and then we started talking, and he started telling me about his life and some of the hardships that he's had and how he's in a bad patch right now in life. And then he asked me where I came from. I said I came from church, like right up the road. I was on my way back home, and then he got up. He's like, I want to go to church.
So he's taking food to another homeless person, a lady, and he goes and he gets it, and then he can't find her. And so with the food, he goes and he sees another homeless person. He sees this man, Tony Anthony, and then he starts to talk to him. He gives him the food. He starts to talk to him. He says, I'm going to church right now. And he goes, okay, well, can I go with you? And then he takes him. He doesn't go, oh, no, what's your game? Whoa, what are you getting at? What do you want? No, he just takes him. How awesome is that? He just takes him. And then after some time of them talking, he has the man himself, the homeless man, Tony, come up to, or he starts walking up, and notice how the pastor receives him.
Specifically, Anthony, you walking forward now, Anthony. Yep. Come on. Hey, brother. Hey, man, it's an honor. Let me hug you. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Love you, man. Love you. How long has it been since you've been hugged? Has it been a long time since you've been?
Long time.
Yeah.
I was about to run in front of a truck and kill myself. But this man saved my life.
You were going to do that today?
Yes, this morning, about 3 minutes before he showed up.
He was going to do that just a few minutes until that guy showed up. Just a few minutes, and then that guy showed up and gave him food and brought him over to church services. Think about that for a second.
Oh. Anthony, won't you just, by the way, all those people gave you that money right there. And
Thank you.
Yeah. So, come here. No, man. Listen, you're loved. You are so loved.
You put my heart. God, thank you so much.
Just want you to know, man, that God sees you.
From the bottom of my heart.
Well, you just stay right here, okay? Stay right here. Yeah, you just stand right here. And,
I'm sorry, guys, if I don't look presentable.
No. And,
I'm sorry if I don't look presentable, he said.
I'll stay with me right here, okay?
And then what happens is he starts to try to collect himself. The preacher does. And he can't stop crying. And he talks about the 99 and the 1. And then people they continue to bring money. They continue to bring money. The reason why they're not doing that right now is he's stopped them. There's a big church he's preaching for here. But he stopped them from bringing money because he wanted to be able to get through this part here without the distraction of that. But then he says, hey, we're going to help him out, but we're not going to let him go back to the streets with all the amount of people they had and all the money and all the resources. He goes, we're not going to let him go back to the streets. And everyone is mobbing him or coming up to the front after a little while later. Check out that whole video on YouTube. It's when a churchgoer starts cussing during preaching, how mega church pastor responds. But it's absolutely amazing. Again, there's tears, there's so much crying.
The 99.
He wipes his tears.
I love you, man. Leaving the 99 and going after the one. And but then he tells a story about a father who loses his son. Who makes some bad choices and ends up on Skid Row. And gets so low that he has lost everything. And finally, there's a moment where he goes, I'm going home.
And he begins to talk about this. It's this really nice moment, but I love the spirit of this so much. I don't know anything about that preacher. I don't know anything about that church. I've never heard of him. Don't know his name, still don't. But I love the spirit of this so much. You notice how they treat him not with like automatic skepticism, not with like, what's your game? What's your angle? What do you want to get out of us? They see this man, they see his emotion, they see just where he is, and they care for him. I think the one who really did the amazing thing was this young guy here who brought him to church. I think he's really the one who did the most incredible thing by just seeking people out, seeking to bless people, seeking to do something. Again, he very well may have saved this man's life, or did save this man's life, by just looking for someone to bless. That'll preach, man. Who are you looking to bless in your life? That'll change or save someone's life. I don't know what the story is on Anthony, the homeless man. I don't know where things stand today, but I very much love the spirit of a group of people who profess faith in Christ, who say that they are Christians, and they really do act on in the way Jesus would have acted when they have the opportunity to love someone who is a societal outcast, a homeless person, someone who has in all likelihood made very bad choices and has ended up in this position. And they don't go, well, that you made your choices. They go, okay, well, we see you where you are. Let's see what we can do. Let's love you. Let's bless you. Let's help you. What a beautiful, beautiful thing. Let me know what you think. Do you like this? Do you like how they handled it? Because they've handled it differently. I'm really curious to hear what you think, but I love you. I like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Consider supporting on Patreon. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.